Hi, Rick. We're a year out from our first D-Day and are working toward healing with a therapist. My husband of 28 years has had a 4-year affair that devastated me. He ended it within weeks after I found out. He initially claimed he never loved her, and it was just sex a few times. But he called her every night from work to check on her and remembered little things like her birthday. After lying to me about the nature of the relationship for 8 months, he finally disclosed the truth about the affair at the urging of his alcohol therapist. He said he couldn't lie anymore. That was the second D-Day. It was 4 months ago. On that day, when I questioned him, he looked me in the eye and admitted that he loved her a little and that they had sex 2 to 3 times every month. When I was devastated, yet again, he quickly changed his tune and said he didn't love her. But on that day, he said he loved her 6 times, as well as denied he loved her 6 times. He chose me and our family, saying there was never any choice. However, I believe what he told me during D-Day number 2. I believe he loved her. Now, 4 months later, he says there's no way he ever loved that woman. He says he felt pressured to say he did because I was frantic for an answer. I don't know what to believe. Do you think he probably loved her? He said he lied to me for 8 months because he couldn't hurt me any more than he already had. I'm stuck on not knowing for sure. I need to know exactly what I'm forgiving. What's your experience with something like this? The first question that pops into my mind isn't that. The first question that pops into my mind is, does he love you? Because I can tell you right now, if he doesn't love you, there's no way I would think about reconciling with him. Does he choose you? Does he want to be with you? Those are really, really relevant questions. The question about whether or not he loved her, I'm sure that he thought he had feelings for her at one level. But what's strange about it is that when you're in something like that, you think you have feelings, and then as you get away from it, you go, oh my gosh, what was I thinking? I really didn't have feelings. And so there's a really good chance by bringing everything out to the light when you're with the counselor saying, well, I did have feelings for her, or I, quote, did love her, whatever the heck that means, then it's almost like he could get enough perception on it, and probably the feelings he had for her over time are really beginning to change. I can tell you from personal experience, I thought that, I had loving feelings or I was in love with my affair partner. And then I get away from it and I'm going, I wasn't in love with her. Not at all. I was in lust, I was infatuated, I was a lot of things. But honestly, what I was doing wasn't loving for her or for Stephanie. And the more I got away from it, I recognized it had nothing to do with love. It was all about how that person made me feel about me, which I did love that, but that's really more of a sick self-love. So I suspect that it's a lot more complicated than the question you're asking. Even if he had feelings, most likely he doesn't have them now, that they've gone away, because it was not about really caring about her. I suspect it was just caring about how she made him feel about him.